so they can? Well, it's uncomfortable. They shouldn't do that.
It's America. We should do that. Your feelings don't mean we shouldn't stop being free, bro.
You shouldn't record people in a library.
Yes, you should. You should use the First Amendment and all your other First Amendment rights.
Okay.
If you don't like America, there's other places you can live, bro.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think you should allow him to be abusive like that.
I'm so sorry about that.
Yeah, you should ask him to leave now.
No, I shouldn't. It's not abusive to tell you that I can do what I'm doing. Thanks, bro.
I understand. Sir, please, if you could leave the patron alone.
The patron came up to me. Get it
understand.
together.
I understand.
We get it together, right?
Quiet, but you have a right to videotape.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But you did say that I was bothering the patron. I didn't even speak to him. He came over here yelling at me, and I'm bothering him.
That's why I came over. I heard the other guy yelling. He's like telling him to stop. Maybe he should read the Constitution. People bled and died for these rights we have, and I'm not going to give them up to any government agency.
Thank you, sir. It's a pleasure to meet you. What made you get up and speak your piece?
That's a good question. I think what made me is my dad was fought in World War II. I had an old dad, and he was a navigator on a B-24 bomber, got shot down, spent 8 months in a German prison camp, and almost starved to death. So I grew up hearing about that, and I think as a kid, you know, I learned to love freedom, and I love the Constitution. I love the idea that we have inalienable rights given to us by God, and I will stand up for those wherever I can. Plus, I had basically a career kind of ruined because I stood up for what was clearly an inalienable right, and no one else stood up. So when I see people like you guys standing up for our Constitution, I want to help in every way possible.
What's going on, guys? We're at the Wellesley Free Library. You remember the Wellesley Free Library because of this? Beautiful.
Can I ask if I'm going to be posted anywhere?
Sorry?
Can I ask if I'm going to be posted anywhere?
Oh yeah, Daniel. I'm gonna put it on my social media site.
Is there any way you could edit me out? I don't feel comfortable being on online and such.
You know,
Just edit the face out or anything.
I appreciate the request. It's just like we like to document our public buildings, so we don't know.
We do have an image creation policy.
Oh, you do?
Yep.
I brought it actually.
Okay.
I have the policy.
you
It's
need
the
to check in
it's
with
the
the-
United States Constitution.
Yep. So this is actually relevant to the library specifically.
No, it's not.
The director does need to approve any.
Well, guess what? I'm not gonna seek the director's permission, nor do I care what the director says.
All right. So
What's your name?
my name's Ernie Christie.
To anybody until you called us over. So to try and infringe upon our rights and our free press and infringe upon this United States Constitution with your stupid policy, I find it offensive, and I think the very best move for you is to turn around and walk in any other direction besides one towards me.
All right.
Thanks, man.
I just wanted to.
No, we're all good.
The bathroom might need some extra toilet paper. Use it there, man.
Rules of conduct.
Listen, you know, you can, I'll answer your question. Where do you think you can take those rules of conduct and stick them? Use your imagination, honey. That's where I want you to stick those rules of conduct. All right. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna leave you to with this. Right. Firstly, I'd like you to do better. Okay, because you did very poorly today. Secondly, the next time you see a free American walking on American soil in an American building exhibiting the very First Amendment of the United States Constitution that brave men and women fought and died for, the moment you think to try and interfere with that, I want you to go find another line of work that's out of the public sector. Do you understand what I'm saying? Am I coming across loud and clear to you today, Arnie?
Conversation with him. You can have one too.
Great, that's wonderful.
All right.
That's good. Where are you from? My house. Where are you from?
Massachusetts.
Where are you from?
I'm from Wellesley.
Do I need to be from
From Wellesley?
Massachusetts to be able to be here?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that one out.
Well, I'm not in dispute of it. The Supreme Court's been pretty clear on it.
He's confused.
Yes, go. I know.
Right.
I know. We let. That was one of their other branches. This is the main branch. Actually, no, this is the one that we went to before. Do you remember outside? No, it's too late now. Yeah, never mind. This is the main branch. I'm Thursday, LA. Where's your camera? Oh. This is what rich people libraries look like. Huh? There's what rich people libraries look like. You don't see these types of libraries on the hood, do you? It's a very nice area. I think they put up that policy just to save face, and they're not going to try and tell me I can't do what I'm doing again. I think they learned the last time when the cops came and they looked stupid. Hello. Hey. Oh yeah, I think there's a whole other side.
It's a public space. Yeah.
So they can? Well, it's uncomfortable. They shouldn't do that.
It's America. We should do that. Your feelings don't mean we shouldn't stop being free, bro.
You shouldn't record people in a library.
Yes, you should. You should use the First Amendment and all your other First Amendment rights. If you don't like America, there's other places you can live, bro. Yeah, okay.
I don't think you should allow them to be abusive like that.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about that.
Yeah, you should ask them to leave now.
No, I shouldn't. It's not abusive to tell you that I can do what I'm doing. Thanks, bro.
I understand. Sir, please, if you could leave the patron alone.
The patron came up to me. Get
understand.
it together.
I understand.
We get it together, right?
Right.
I didn't say anything to you, right?
I understand.
I came up. I was very kind to you, very polite, professional, allowed you to do your business. Came up, walked over there. Didn't talk to anybody, did I?
Yeah.
I came over here. Apparently, when I arrived, he was talking about me, and he started speaking and then directed his speaking to me. So would you say that he's bothering me, or would you say that I'm bothering him?
He was trying to talk to me, so I understand why he's uncomfortable. I'm just trying to
He engaged
de-escalate.
with him,
He
so-
did, and I
So-
saw
so-
it.
So how was he trying to talk to you if he was engaging with him?
Well, he was trying to.
You're not even
Yeah.
speaking logical, so it's...
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. Like, I wasn't speaking to him. He didn't like being filmed, so he was rude, abrasive, and made demands. He didn't bother to know that it's legal for me to do this, right?
If it's a public space, you can videotape, right? It's a taxpayer funded.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
no, and
I was
that's why I talked
my
I don't hear your conversation. I'm just
No,
saying
I
if
was-
someone's objecting.
yeah,
It's like
I
a
just-
courthouse, you can public. It's public. You can. That's
And
the first
just
time
because people are in the library, I decided to be quiet, not engage with anybody.
yeah.
Because I want people to be. And then this guy comes up here and demands that they make me leave and tells me that I'm not allowed to do this.
I didn't ask you.
Constitutionally, it's a public funded space.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, and I love this shirt, man. Thank you. Did you serve?
I did. My dad did. But
Well, thank you for your
what's going on in
family's
this country is
service.
Ridiculous. I mean,
Absolutely.
we
I
have
mean, I-
constitutional rights.
This is. I have the
Amen,
the
brother.
United States Constitution
Amen.
all the way up my shoulder.
I've been watching this YouTube channel where this guy goes in and he videotapes like interactions with the county police and different, and he videotapes it and they're coming out, you can't do that. He's like, it's a tax.
Do you know the name of his channel?
Yeah, it's called For Public Safety. He's out in Louisville, Kentucky.
Chris. Yeah,
Chris. Yeah,
I know Chris.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I featured
follow
his.
him. I'm
I
like,
featured his first video.
Did you?
My name is
Okay.
Accountability for All.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
we need
he's-
more channels like that because these even the cops come out. You can't do that. It's like you have a constitutional right to do that.
Well, I came here before to this library, and something very similar happened. I didn't speak to anyone else. They actually wound up calling the police on me. And
Really?
the police
Really?
explained that I was allowed to be here, and after that, they rewrote their library policy,
Huh.
doubling down on the fact that it is illegal, unlawful to film inside the
that
building.
here?
Yeah, in here. They just redid the policy. So we came back to again quietly and peacefully
Yeah, as long
observe
as
our
it's quiet
First
and
Amendment
peaceful.
right. And then this guy wants to get up and talk tough. And then this young lady right here is telling us that we should stop bothering the patrons.
Well, I definitely agree with like maintaining quiet, but you have a right to videotape.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But you did say that I was bothering the patron. I didn't even speak to him. He came over here yelling at me, and I'm
You're
somehow
right.
I'm bothering
I'm so
him.
sorry.
That's why I came over. I heard the other guy yelling, he's like telling him to stop. Maybe he should read the Constitution. People bled and died for these rights we have, and I'm not going to give them up to any government agency.
Thank you, sir. It's a
Amen, brother.
it's a
What's
pleasure
your
to
name?
meet you. My name is Josh.
John, do you have
Josh.
Do you have a card?
I don't have a card, but if you
Okay.
go on YouTube, just like
Okay.
Chris's, it's Accountability for All.
I'll write that. I'll text that to myself.
Yeah, and
Accountability.
please leave a comment. Say, hey, I saw you at the library.
Okay.
I'd love to keep
Yeah,
in contact.
I'll do that, man. I live in Missouri now. I grew up in Wellesley, but I'm out visiting.
We're
Yeah,
absolutely.
and I will go to the grave fighting for these things. These people are sick.
Amen, man.
Hey, brother.
Amen.
Okay, I'll look
Keep
through
up
it.
the good
Again,
work.
it was,
Accountability for All.
okay, it's Josh, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll text myself.
It's a pleasure to
God bless
meet you,
brother.
man. Thank you. See, so that's what America looks like. That's what Nazi Germany looks like.
I understand.
So, I mean, I do accept your apology for accusing me of something I didn't do.
Apologize.
Thank you. And I don't think, Haley, you said anything, so I guess I don't need an apology from you. But that guy was wrong, huh? I agree. Thank you. So, I'll go check out some of the aisles here. That's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah, it's always nice when somebody comes up and says, thank you.
It's only the second time ever doing this, and both times have been in a library where someone came up and defended us. And we're like, what are you doing? That's the United States Constitution, man. This wannabe tough guy. Running around like he's tough. Punk. That's what people do, guys. You know, like they want to use intimidation to make you submit to their tactics. And we don't submit. You know, these are our rights. We especially don't submit to cowards. So he just did one more pass, and now he didn't have anything to say. Because the whole library thinks he's an idiot. I need one of these. That'd be so useful.
Understand that best. This library is actually jam-packed full of stuff, too.
Yeah, it is. And there's 2 other branches. I'm just gonna show him something.
But no, that's-
So Dave, we haven't met before
We have not until today.
until
Yeah.
today, and it's a pleasure. What made
Likewise.
you? Because I have over 2,000 videos up, and I've only ever had 2 people defend us for doing what we're doing. You being one of them. What made you get up and speak your piece?
That's a good question. I think what made me is my dad was fought in World War II, an old dad, and he was a navigator on a B-24 bomber, got shot down, spent 8 months in a German prison camp, and almost starved to death. So I grew up hearing about that, and I think as a kid, you know, I learned to love freedom, and I love the Constitution. I love the idea that we have inalienable rights given to us by God, and I will stand up for those wherever I can. Plus, I had basically a career kind of ruined because I stood up for what was clearly an inalienable right, and no one else stood up. So when I see people like you guys standing up for our Constitution, I want to help in every way possible.
Listen, we thank you
Sure.
for your service today and for your family's continued service.
Yeah.
And hold on,
Thank you guys.
So that was Dave. Dave's part of the 3%.
Yeah.
3%. And I think that guy could be Hitler's grandnephew.
Sure.
Okay. Haley, I really do think he should be asked to leave the library, though. He created a disturbance, and I've looked at your new list that was updated in October, and it was approved by the board and the library director. Creating a disturbance or impeding on other people's natural rights is actually a violation of library policy, and he did violate that policy in front of you. Did you want to ask him to leave today?
I will go confer with Annette. She's kind of my superior.
Oh, okay.
so-
Yeah, actually, you know what? Don't worry about it, because we're bigger people than Nazis,
Yeah.
right? He used his free speech. He looked like an idiot. He tried to violate our rights. Why have him removed?
Okay.
Because we're a lot bigger than him, right? Would you agree?
That's very kind of you.
Would you agree?
I would agree.
Thank you very much, Haley.
Have a good
Have a
day.
great day.
It was drizzling when we came.
Does not look like it currently.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, don't take my word for it. It's New England. It could change in a minute. So, hello, Jennifer. How you doing? Are you kind of the supervisor on duty today? A little
Sorry?
bit. Are you the supervisor today? A little bit.
I am. I'm the assistant supervisor.
It's nice to meet you. And what do you do here at the library?
So I'm the assistant supervisor of the circulation department. So in
Big
circu-
job.
Thank you.
Big library.
So in circulation, we handle the returns and the sort of the collection maintenance as we're putting things back in order. And
Well, I was here before. I think you know. I mean, maybe you've seen the video. Wasn't a great experience. After that, they updated a 25-year-old policy, made it even more stringent, pretty much restricting us from coming in here and filming. We came in anyways because we don't listen to stupid policies. We listen to the Constitution. You love it. I love it. The whole reason for books being in this library is because of the First Amendment. So we ignore stupid rules. And some guy was pretty aggressive with us upstairs. We didn't speak to him. We purposely came in with the intention of not speaking to anyone unless they spoke to us. And one of your staff, not Haley, but the other young lady upstairs, he came over, started yelling at us and threatening us, and she told us that we were creating a disturbance. It was so obvious that we were not at fault. A total stranger, another library patron, came up, told that guy off, and explained to your staff that what we're doing is a constitutionally protected activity. and we shouldn't be forced to leave. She did apologize for her behavior, but I think it's interesting that when someone is harassing us, but simply because we have a camera, we're being the ones that are somehow being pictured in the fault. I don't think that it's acceptable. And I know there's not a lot you can do because your supervisors are borderline idiots. You know, they're writing stupid policies. Have you read the policy?
I have, yes.
I mean, it's stupid. I mean, like, there's things that aren't. Things shouldn't be done for public safety. There's things that should be respected, lines that can't be crossed, but limitations on the First Amendment to the United States Constitution. I mean, the worst place to put limits on the First Amendment is a library. You guys would be out of business if the First Amendment didn't exist. This is one of the most beautiful and outspoken examples of the First Amendment. It's the House of 1A.
Thank you.
So do you think that policy makes a lot of sense?
Well, I can't really speak to that. I don't make policy, but I will pass along your comments to my supervisor and the director.
Okay. Until that policy is changed and amended, I will be back each week to this location, and I'll be doing this every single week. Okay? And then, I mean, I wanted to come once, hope you guys learned, and you didn't say anything to me. Staff upstairs didn't until that incident happened. But I don't like that policy. Because you don't enforce the unconstitutional policy doesn't mean you didn't attempt to violate my rights, right? Like if you were hiding behind this bookcase and you were waiting for me to walk by so you can jump out, punch me in the face and steal my wallet, but you didn't actually jump out and steal my wallet. You were still thinking about doing it, right? That was wrong. Not you per se, because Jennifer, you'd never jump out and punch me in the face. I'm pretty sure you could take me. Librarians, you know, they get scruffy. But we just want to make sure that unconstitutional policy goes. So we'll go to the library board meetings, and I know funding's not an issue here in Wellesley because there's plenty of money to go around. But we'll see if we can halt some of that funding too. Okay.
All right. Well, I understand your position.
What do you have to say, my friend? Anything you'd like to add? This is my esteemed colleague, Red Buchanan.
You guys do have a beautiful library, but
Thank you. Thank you very
there's
much.
a lot of policies that need changed and a lot of
Okay.
re-education.
All right. I understand your position.
Okay. All right, well, we thank you. Have an excellent day. And, yeah, that's the reason we stopped you today. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
So what are your feelings on this? Like, because it's weird, right? Like, they misbehaved last time, and this time they didn't say anything to us when we came in, but they obviously have the policy. Like, what's the game plan with them?
Well, we were still told to leave over somebody coming up and harassing us, but
Yeah.
I think they failed.
I think, and you tell me if you think I'm wrong, but I think what happened is they put the policy in place so they didn't lose face on last time. They instructed their staff not to say anything to us unless they absolutely had to. But if they found an excuse to say something to us, then we should be at fault regardless of what the situation is. And I think that's exactly what they're going to do.
Like, you just used a tripod in front of the supervisor.
That's why I did that.
Their policy,
Yeah.
Their policy states that they're
No
supposed to ask
tripod.
you to leave if you
Yeah.
use a tripod, so
That's why I did
she
it.
didn't even uphold her policy.
Well, I think she also knew that that was stupid.
Well, whether it's stupid or not, you're supposed to uphold it.
All right, guys, that's branch 1. Branch 2's next. That's the reason I stopped you today.